Next replay in need of casting is gonna be a round 4 of loser brackets. Players are Adjux and KoisQ facing Mephi together with Silent. So we have Aeon and Cybran against UEF and Seraphim. All factions in this game looks like split of the map, if I could guess, would be that Adjux is gonna take everything on the top, and same for Mephi, or maybe these two guys will split some other way. It could be also interesting, but most likely Silent is just gonna be pushing to the right side, maybe getting this island quite easily. Same for KoisQ, since it's a bit closer to him, also no annoying mountains in the way, and it will be really interesting to see what strategy these players choose, since they can go some land units, and definitely the navy is quite good on this map, especially T2 navy can deny any of these 3 front bases and everything around. So I would say this is a really good choice for 2v2, since we can see a lot of different things. So now it's up to these players to show up what they can do. KoisQ with single factory gonna move towards the middle, and looks like these rocks actually give quite few mass, so definitely worth reclaiming them. And naval factory plan for Adjux after I guess getting a bit of maxes, 4 maxes, 5 maxes, a bit of reclaim, and then naval factory. Meanwhile, he's gonna get Hydro with ACU and continue building air factory. On the other side we have aggressive flare going to the front, but there should be at least this scout that will see it coming, and maybe some counter. Not yet, just full NGs, so maybe it can get a few good kills, especially with the scout, and another scout going across the water together with Aurora. So Silent expanding to the island as expected. Gonna get some factory, PD, and then a few other things. Looks like AA and radar, 2 AAs. So we should be safe, unless Adjux set some RT there. But so far he's building, now he's building first tank. And most likely this scout will spot this. So he will know it's coming, but it might be too late to save it. Looks like he's going directly against it, trying to reclaim it, but Silent is paying attention, so trying to reclaim the scout, but was not enough. ACU should take care of that. Another scout coming from this side, and Aurora, where's the Aurora? Looks like he decided to guard his position with Aurora, don't want to really lose this NG. Meanwhile, on the other side we have one scout sitting, well, a bit out of position, I would say, but Inti properly scouting this one striker. Well, actually he has 2 kills, so Matthew should know about it. And yeah, well, a bit different split on for the top team, since both of these players are pretty much similar rating. So Silent is taking this expansion, and Mephi actually deciding to drop the other expansion. Not gonna waste time working there with engineers and some units. Hopefully he has some, at least one mantis there, or maybe he wants to reclaim it. Depends on the transport how well it will drop, or if there are some units. Yeah, there's at least one mantis, but and also gonna use NGs to reclaim it, so Well done for him. Should be able to secure it before another tank arrives. But problem is gonna be the ACU that should be there soon. Well, I guess not anymore since Mephi is also coming with the ACU. Something died here. Hard to say what it was. So now 2 NGs going to get naval factory, and top team not really interested too much in navy for now. Silent already getting the island and 3 mexes there. KoisQ is a bit later, but he will get it also without any issues. Now some nice micro, killing at least 1 NG, and maybe even will kill this mantis. 2 kills, might get veterans with this kill, but he needs to continue micro. 1 more shot, yeah, and that's it. So veterans is not gonna be very useful against the ACU, but still good thing how to waste your APM. And one thing that KoisQ should definitely do, reclaim these rocks on the way. It would take like 2 seconds per rock max with his ACU. But then he might be a bit too late for the PD. Now he should be able to deny the PD easily. And well, there's Jester. Let's see. What does bottom team have? Not really much air. I see 2 inties for Adjux, 5 inties for Mephi, so he has advantage on air and will force KoisQ to retreat anyway. Doesn't need the PD really. KoisQ is not willing to retreat yet, and actually Mephi is the one who's gonna run away for now, while KoisQ changing his mind. 1 month is too much. And actually nice drop from Mephi, taking the island, winning the reclaim battle. So extra 3 or maybe 4 maxes for him. Meanwhile, Aura's causing some troubles, but 3 naval factories should take care of that. There's not that many Auras yet. And this bomber will most likely not do that much damage. Gonna get killed easily. So far quite even on mass and power. Silent and Mephi 1000 mass more in total, which is not such a big difference for now. Adjux was a bit more successful in denying this ACU movement, but also donated a few nice wreckages directed to Silent, and he might be thinking about pushing now, but Adjux is here and he's actually with T2, so he should be safe. Now he's getting flak, yeah, flak, and then if he gets a T2 PDO2, the position is gonna be safe against any ACU push. But Silent deciding to drop 3 NGs here, so we'll get the max and most likely few factories to cause troubles. Meanwhile some harassment with Jester, but that's not going to be very successful, sending it exactly in the middle of this base. T2 on land factory and producing Yoshiwas. I guess those hover tanks would be a better choice since can cross water pretty much anywhere. KoisQ trying to build this max, but just too much damage. Well, not anymore. So gonna get 2 extra maxes, hopefully also will reclaim the rocks. So Mephi is doing quite nice job with those Jesters being really annoying. 4 kills on this one, 10 kills on the other, no kills there. and still having a lot of interceptors to support it. Neither of the bottom players are building too much air, now some mobile anti-air on the field, and T2 for KoisQ as well, and also not deciding to go for Riptides, which he could use pretty much anywhere, instead of that building pillars. Yeah, these jesters are getting much more kills than they should. While 2 frigates from Adjux harassing this naval factories from Silent, but I guess that's not going that successful, since these factories can tank quite a lot of damage. And pretty much similar thing on the other side, but with one submarine. Not that much damage, it's 2 frigates, but still annoying a bit. Now this heavily weathered Justice are gonna kill some unprotected mexes. Yeah, KoisQ doesn't have that much units to push through, and I guess just T1 NGs to get the reclaim and T2 upgrade on the ACU for Mephi. Let's see what else is going on in the base. Not too many T2 maxes, more like none. For KoisQ, Adjux has at least 1, 2, so 2 T2 maxes. The other side, 2 T2 maxes for Silent, thinking about more. T2 A on land. Now he's pushing Adjux, giving him some free reclaim. And veterans to this PD. Quite strange position for T2 Pigeon, but maybe it will survive a bit longer. Just as continue their rampage, and still much more interceptors for Mephi than Adjux. No T2 naval plan yet, I guess. Maybe there. Looks like should be enough NGs to go T2 naval. And also Mephi is deciding to go in a water battle. Adjux going for a gun upgrade, so he wants to push, and he definitely can. There isn't that much to stop him right now. T2 land is not gonna be that issue for overcharges, but looks like Silent is the first one who's realizing he can build some hover units more than Aurora, so he's also building blazes. Another drop from Mephi, again NG drop. Hard to say, let's see. I will press the shift just for you guys, and suicide mission. Meanwhile, KoisQ just massing up units, getting ready for attack, but now some T2 PDs online. And how did it end with this? Looks like there were at least 2 factories, most likely got killed, or not sure what happened there. So actually Mephi was doing quite a good job with this, just and still doing to deny these maxes. So there is 7 maxes down, 8 for Adjux, and that could hurt a bit. And it doesn't really look like there's too much reclaim in these volumes, so 40 more mass for Mephi and Silent together. So good job echoing and denying enemy maxes. Now Flag will finally get rid of those jesters, and I think this one will run out of fuel first before it gets killed. 30 seconds. So a hero jester. Now Adjux is pushing but walking directly into 3 PDs, he needs to overcharge them from a distance. Got a few T2 units together with flags, so should be safe for now. No T2 air here yet, a lot of T1 air, but that was expected, and T2 air for Methane, building Corsairs, getting a T2 P-Gen. And also getting some T2 gunships, which will be nice against, I guess, not that much against these units since there's a lot of AA. Mephi is doing slow PD creep, but not too much to fight for at this position. This is the nearest expansion of these 3 mexes. KoisQ still with no upgrades, and actually upgrade naval factory in the corner. Maybe if he gets to T2, then he can do some harassment. I think frigate won't be able to kill too much, maybe this max for sure, and maybe a few of these pigeons. Looks like first T2 max for KoisQ, which is a bit late. He's really behind in eco, so not sure how much more he can do. And another drop coming from Silent, and this is Obsidian. Yeah, so he's dropping Obsidian, will kill at least this max, and maybe if he's lucky also another one. Depends how well Adjux will defend with the T2 bots. Now T2 factory is going, but there isn't really too much frigates. I guess if these 2 guys push directly in, they could get at least the build power and delay it a lot. Let's see, they don't have now there's upgrade to T2. They still use those gunships to kill the naval factory if they wanted to. They still have air control. See what's going on at Silent with a double gun, so he has something to counter Adjux. There are no T2 PDs in the area, so Silent can try to be pushing, but there's quite a lot of T2 bots and they should just eat all those auras, so Adjux is actually quite safe here and can be more aggressive than Silent. There's more NGs than units. Yeah, Adjux having no problems pushing Silent back together with overcharges and these T2 bots, but at some point he will run out of them. Not really any more reinforcements coming right now, and these Corsairs are just gonna be for scaring him off and can't really kill him if he walks directly towards the water. Which he's not actually doing. Well, just more air incoming, some emergency, well, not emergency, though this is actually from Silent. Let's see where he's gonna drop it. Well, interesting movement of the transport. And Adjux running away to the water. And now there's more flak coming, so Adjux should be safe, but he lost this push and gave quite a lot of mass for Silent to reclaim. He just need to get NGs there. And meanwhile he's still being annoying with the Auroras. So T2 and Naval Factory is done and destroyed in production, but pretty much the same is going on the other side, but much faster because there is more eco for Silent. And also much more T1 Navy. Okay, Adjux is going to heavily assist this T1 air factory, for now producing just empties and still no have tanks to counter all these frigates, and the one unfinished destroyer is not gonna be enough, so actually this base might die before even the destroyer arrives, depends if Silence wants to be aggressive. I guess he will just play it safe and wait for the destroyer. Well, Adjux is at least getting a bit of this reclaim. Silent already reclaimed a bit, now getting a factory. And it can still afford it, 12k HP is quite a lot. Okay, now the destroyer is here, and a really nice move from Mephi going after the build power. Shame he didn't use split attack to kill more of these NGs in one pass, since there's more than enough NGs to kill the bombers. And Silent deciding to retreat for no reason, he has advantage. More gun chips for Mephi. He also has some, well, just one T2 transport for now, but he's building more, so thinking about some drops. He has enough units to drop, but oh, interesting movement here. Yeah, he will need those units, because there's a lot of T2 tanks, and he's playing with fire with his ACU. If he gets blocked by these few units, it may end really bad for him. I guess he's trying to stand in water, so he can just overcharge. I guess that's possible, since right now the units are not shooting at him. So if he stayed there, he could be overcharging. And Silent is on retreat with Navy for no reason. Still trying to be annoying, well, already with 3 veterans, so he's very successful with that. Like, maybe KoisQ should just push in, because he has more T2 units, he has 23 pillars. That is like not stopping against or just Mantis. He could kill pretty much everything here, all this production, and if he has flak, which he has, those gunships wouldn't be a problem as well, so he could actually damage. Problem for him is this destroyer, I guess. Now Adjux can use his superior micro skills on destroyers if he has them, try to dodge as many destroyer shots as he can. The problems are gonna be the frigates that will just come closer and tank all the damage. But he's doing a really good job microing, so he still has a chance to win this battle. And now Silent is busy killing torpedo launchers, can get some more free kills. Yeah, problem is he doesn't have really that much space for micro, so that's gonna get harder. Still sending NGs for reclaim, and that might be actually a big problem, since they can block the destroyer a bit. So 3 destroyers. One is almost dead against 3 destroyers, pretty much the same, but still with micro those destroyers are just better. Okay, now 4 destroyers here for Adjux, and one just went down for Mephi. This destroyer died, hopefully not to MMR fire. That would be a really shame, killing just T2 max and a few pigeons. Nothing major. Problem is there's gonna be another one. So now if this was full riptide force, that could be a little different. I could just move them and kill everything. Yeah, problem for Adjux is that he will need to spend a lot of time babysitting these destroyers to win the battle. Some hunters in the field, but just 2 destroyers, so this battle can still be won by Adjux, but it's gonna get harder since you can't really dodge all those torpedoes from the submarines. And nice drop. That can actually decide the game. 8 obsidians and nothing to stop them with, and maybe Adjux doesn't even know about them. Yeah, if he didn't see it on the radar here, which I guess he did not, since he's not sending anything, they're not even trying to build some emergency PD that is just gonna completely clean his base. So now when this battle is still kinda even, well, maybe not anymore, those sub-hunters was a really good choice. Problem is these obsidians. 4 maxes down, I guess splitting at least one for the other maxes would be also a good choice. And Adjux is just sending everything back. And still surviving in the navy. So 5 maxes down to this drop, and it's not done yet. Well, but now it's most likely gonna just shoot at the units, and KoisQ is here to overcharge them if he has storage. Yeah, and Adjux actually winning this battle. No more destroyers for Silent. Let's see what he's doing. Destroyers now, so Adjux actually now has access to this reclaim, which will be a lot. Quite a lot of mass lying around here, so he definitely needs to get it. And quite surprising that Mephi doesn't have time to micro the destroyers against the MMLs. That should not really happen to lose destroyer like this. But KoisQ should really switch to Riptide. Not sure why Adjux didn't tell him that, because that could solve his issues. Okay, so Silent deciding to give up and regroup in front of his base, and it's giving Adjux quite nice time to get all this juicy reclaim and hopefully to rebuild his base, but it will take some time. So 13k more mass in total for Mephi and Silent, and that's already some difference. Adjux is pushing more, but this AC with 4 veterans already, that will be more than enough to defend this. So he's also donating some mass to Silent. in return for this naval battle. Man, KoisQ is sitting here and he still has enough units to, I would say he has enough units to kill this, but quite a lot is damaged, so I'm not sure if this is gonna work out. He should have definitely pushed before. Well, now there's also a brick incoming, so it's gonna be over for KoisQ in next few minutes. Okay, 2 destroyers down, 2 mobile missile launchers, and this one dying as well. That's a tragedy, but I guess Murphy can afford it, showing a dominance. Still some mass to reclaim here for Adjux. Finally he managed to reclaim this Nexus and rebuild at least for T1. But problem is Murphy is already with T3 max and storage is everywhere almost, so it's gonna be hard to catch up. And T3 air factory now producing torpedo bombers, and there's still some air left for Adjux. And stealth, so no resource allocation, so power might not be such an issue, but well, maybe. Adjux doesn't seem to have too much of power. 800, well, it's enough for him since he doesn't have that much mass. Producing Navy, T2 Navy, that doesn't cost that much power, so he's gonna have issues against all the air. Yeah, now losing destroyers against torpedo bombers. And balloon team are slowly losing this battle. And this push also is not gonna do too much since there might be the ECU around, well, full wet ECU ready to do some overcharging action. It's quite a lot of T2 bots, so it will take more time, but I don't think that's gonna cause any major issues. KoisQ defended for now, but there are some more bricks ready. Naval is slowly dying. Air battle is, let's see who's gonna win this. Okay, Murphy is gonna win this one once he arrives, definitely. Some more corsairs incoming, but I guess he just no, they are on their own mission. Might be going after T2 factory, or just the NGs, we'll see it. Okay, he's going definitely after the NGs, and finally some split attack, so killing more of them in one pass. T1 bombers to help defend Silent, but he's gonna be fine with overcharges and these PDs. and now with Strat Bomber. Yeah, looks like a game over. Bottom team might still need a few minutes to die. Depends how well Mephi uses his Strat Bomber. If it's gonna be too demotivating to play anymore or not. And nice ball. And Adjux going GG and giving up. Okay, so well played for top team. I think that game could be a bit different if KoisQ decided to push with all those units instead of just sitting here and getting overcharged by sneaky A2 in water. There wasn't that many defenses. And since that there wasn't that much chance, the naval push was good. Adjux showed us some really nice micro and Seraphim destroyers, but then it wasn't enough against the air and the superior eco, and the drop with all those obsidians to the back was really good, putting Adjux back behind. So nice game to watch and hope you enjoyed. I think there are like 2 more games to cast, semi-finals of the loser bracket and then grand final of winner bracket, which got casted actually both by Zog, but there was some Twitch issues and can't get uploaded to YouTube. It will eventually disappear from Twitch, so I'm gonna cast it as well.